So Toby Keith's got stomach cancer. He's 60 years old. And I heard that yesterday and I was like, oh no, not the great Toby Keith. So we hope and pray that all will be right with him. He said, so far, so good. So hopefully everything will be good. So y'all, I thought it would not be fair for me to go in and start making all kind of adjustments without, bringing you in for the adjustments that I was making. I've already made some adjustments, but as I was making them, I go, I really need to bring everybody in so they'll see the adjustments that I'm making. Now, first of all, let's look at our linear regression channel. None of this should at all take us by surprise. What's taking us by surprise, though, is that over the last 4 sessions, we've been down considerably, particularly the last 3, right, have been down just significantly. And what we've told you is that during a bear market, you're going to notice that the red candles are substantially greater on volume than the bull candles, right? So no surprise at all that we're seeing, on the downward move, an increase in volume as compared to the days when the market is up. So everything looks really great according to our linear regression channel. It looks like, everything's orderly, even though these last 3 candles have been oversized. Now, what I wanted to direct your attention on is, let's see if we could put this, I started to say if I could put this on SPY. Where's my, how did I change stops on SPY? Let me put this on SPY. And I think it'll show you a little clearer something. I said, how do I change it to SPY? You think I know how to use this, right? SPY. Anyway, let me show you over here. What I wanted to show you is that we have an opening gap. Everyone see this, right? So here's the macros. Let's put this on the e-meetings. My charts are a little bit off. Okay, so yeah. So what you've seen is an opening gap. Remember what we've said is that if you have an opening gap, y'all see this. This was Friday. This is today. If you have an opening gap and the gap does not fill within the first 1 hour, then consider it a trend day. So when I saw the opening gap and I go, there is no way under the sun that the gap will fill within an hour, that's when I got on and said, I need to make adjustments because today is going to be a trend day and it's going to be a trend down day, right? Trending down. Now, what is a range day? 80% of the time we have range days, and a range day is this. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, all within a day, right? So that's what happens in a range day. 20% of the time, we have trend days. Today is a trend day because this gap that you see here, right, this huge gap is not going to fill. We're over an hour into the market. It's not filling. So I consider it a trend day, which leads me to believe that we will go lower today. Now, what you'll usually find on a trend day is the market will continue in this period. Then for lunch, you'll see a little bit of consolidation right during the lunchtime chop. And then for the last hour or so, you'll generally see a move in the opposite direction of the trend. Now, this is just me speculating on the day. Y'all know I'm the worst one at market direction and figuring things out. But in my opinion, we're going to go down. We'll have a little bit of lunchtime chop. We may continue to go down after lunch, but during the last, hour, 30 minutes of the day, probably a move in the opposite direction. So probably a move bullish in the last day. But throw all that out. People are starting to get panicked because the Fed printed too much money, y'all. And we've been saying it for years. And we knew at some point we were going to have to pay the price for their ineptness, because what they tried to do was to keep the market afloat. And you just can't do that. And so now We have an inept president. We have an inept Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, and we have an inept Federal Reserve that is not capable of doing the job that needs to be done. So what we ultimately need to do is to abolish the Federal Reserve and allow Fed rates to be set by market forces rather than some bunch of old geezers sitting in a room, conference room, smoking cigars. That's an old, antiquated system. Really does need to go, and we need to let market forces determine rates instead of these old geezers. So old geezers are running everything, y'all, and they worry about the younger generation. How many times you go, well, the younger generation, they suck. They go, well, you know what? How about the older generation then doing this too good? Because if they get inflation under control, they're going to crash the market, right? I mean, literally, that's what's going to happen. You raise rates too much, people go, well, as soon as people find out now that they can make 10% on I bonds, as soon as Mama and Papa figure that out, they're going to pull money out of the market. Right? And when Mama and Papa starts pulling it out, now, when do I think Mama and Papa are going to start pulling money out of the market? Now, right now, they're watching the Maury Povich show and The Young and the Restless and The Guiding Light and all that today. And so they're not paying too much attention. They'll watch Fox News or CNN tonight and they'll see the Dow dropped, however much that the drop, the Dow dropped, and they'll go, well, I probably need to be looking at this. So what will happen is at some point in July, Mama and Papa will get in the mail, because they don't do electronic statements, right? They've opted out of electronic statements and they get the paper statements. Mama and Papa are going to open their statements and they're going to be shocked by the amount of money that they've lost. And when Mama and Papa figure out how much money they've lost, they're going to call their broker, because they don't know how to log in and to do the stuff. They're going to call their broker and they're going to move money out of the markets. So at that point, we have substantially lower that we can go in the markets. All right. So everybody sees this, don't be surprised. We knew we had much lower to go. I called the bear market here. I called recession here. We do believe that we've got much lower to go. Now, with that being said, let's just show you that indeed we're down today. And most option traders are down today. If you've listened to Tasty Trade today, it's pretty interesting, hearing Tom Sosnoff going, I've made all the adjustments I can make. I don't know if they've done any good. It's weird to hear them, throw up their hands almost and go, I don't know what else to do. So it's interesting. So, I mean, all we got to do is face what we've done wrong. But what I did is our counts are down, but our deltas were too high. So I want to show you what I did this morning to, this is the Crimson account. This is a smaller account. This down $1,500, right? So what happened, I'll hand it here, baby. Hand it here now. Thank you. So
we may have some people that are waiting to get in.
Thanks, Rick. I'll let them in. I got to figure out why that's stupid. Okay, we'll let everybody. So let's just see. So we're down significantly today in the account. But what I did, and I want to show you what I did. Now, y'all don't have to do this, but me believing that we're going to go down for a significant rest of the day, I went in and did some orders, and I sold 3 micro futures. Now, Big Daddy made a big mistake somewhere, and I made $87 on it. And I don't want y'all to think that I'm some genius making $87 on a scalp, but I accidentally sold a E-mini future at 3,774.75 and bought it back at 3,773. So I made, what, a point, almost 2 points on it. I think it's 80 something dollars. Yeah, 87.50 is what I made on it here. So I did that on accident. And then I was like, crap. And then I bought it back, and then I sold another micro. Now, if you're selling micro futures to get your deltas kind of neutral, see what I did? because I woke up and it was like 140. And I said, that's too high. I need to make a delta adjustment. I want to get more closer to delta neutral. So I sold 3 futures, which got me now I'm at 390. Now, if you do, make sure that you don't sell the MES M22s. Make sure that you sell the MES U22. So let me show you what that looks like. When you're over here and you click on futures, you see the M22s only have 4 days left. The U22, again, make sure you're on the MES, not ES, but the U22s have 95 days, and that is the active month. And you can tell where's the volume, right? Now this M22s still have a lot of volume, but the most volume is in the U22s. That's where you want to sell your futures if you're trying to go delta neutral. Now, if you just want to wait it out and keep your deltas whatever they are, that's fine too. So let's look and show you what I did in the other account, in the IRA account. And in the IRA account, we're down $3,300. Oh, behave. But I brought my my deltas closer to neutral by selling 5 futures, because my my deltas were 250, right? So and remember, if you're selling 1 micro future, that is 50 deltas. So let's say your deltas right now are 60 possible, and you go, I kind of like to be a little more delta neutral. You could sell 1 future and bring your 60 down to 10. So I want to make sure everybody knows how to do that. And that's why I also thought, well, it's not fair for me to get in here and to make all these adjustments to my account and then wait till 12 o'clock to show y'all, what I did. I want to show you as quickly as I could. And the reason is my assumption. My assumption is that we're going lower. Now, watch my assumption go totally opposite, right? It'll say, hey, yeah, we made a low here. Now we're going back up. Maybe so. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'll take that. I'll take that. I just want to make sure that my deltas are relatively flat as we face this little turbulent time here. Okay. So what would I do today? Now, one thing that I've got going in this account, I think, is I tried to, you remember when we tried to put on the hedge? And at this point, I'm like, man, why'd you do that, Bob? Let's see this BS8 shorts only. Look at this. It's down $322 today. It's down 148. Plus, it gives me 23 positive deltas. That's what I've told y'all. How many times have I said it is hard to hedge in a bear market? It's just hard. It is just hard. So I'm almost thinking that what I want to do is I want to close that. And I'll take my $457 loss. All right? I think I'm going to close that. Those are those 6 puts. Probably closing it at the worst possible time. I got it. But I'm not going to try to be a hero here. Let's see if we can get filled at about 26. Got more people coming in. Look at this. Everybody's coming in today. This might be a better time for y'all since everybody's making it at this time, or is it because the market's just crazy? So let's see if we can get out of our sticks here, which will give us a little more negative delta. And nothing. Nothing. Let's see. Cancel replace. So got to make it less advantageous for us. So let's go 26, 20, 50. Just take our loss on it. There we go. Get out of that. So then I'm also going to cancel that GTC order because I don't know those long puts now. And let's cancel that order. Oh, sorry, get that. Cancel. Yep. Let's cancel that. All right. So with that being said, let's look at our groups now. So now we've taken off the BS8 shorts. And remember, as long as we're in this bear market, just remind me, y'all. Rick, I'm going to put Rick in charge. Rick, he's kind of my contacts on so many things. Remind me, Bobby, you can't hedge with Black Swan hedge in this bear market. You just can't do it. It's just not going to work. So the next time I try to sell shorts in this bear market, just remind me, hey, Bob, that's not a prudent decision for you. All right, so I got rid of some positive deltas there. Let's just go back and see what that did to my deltas overall. My deltas overall, now I got a little bit of negative delta. Now I feel pretty good. So let's go back to our groups. And let's see if there's anything that we want to manage. That one's down 439. This one's down 90. That's somebody else in the room. Let's see what this one is. This is some calls, right? A call spread and 4 negative calls. Remember when I told y'all I hated calls? I love calls. Calls are the best thing I've ever done. Okay, this was up 93%. What was this one up? 93. That one's up 90%. 93. Let's see what this one is. This is all calls as well. So this one's down 300, down 294, down 100, up 125. Okay. Thing is, it's giving me the negative deltas though, right? So, the question is, do you take these off and take that risk off? It's at 123, 125% profit. But I think I just kind of like taking something off every day. And on today, it's like, I don't know if I could put something back on or not, but we'll see. And I definitely don't want to be like, who was it, William, I was telling you about the other day, who sells calls on huge down days. I don't necessarily want to do that. But if I did, what would I actually be doing is I would be rolling down the calls. Y'all, I want to make sure I understand it. If I were to put on a new bearish 112 trade all on the call side, and not only on the call side with the put debit spread, I would be doing so by basically rolling that call down. That's what I would be doing, because this is 76% profit, and I could be closing that and rolling the call down. So I don't know if I want to necessarily take any of that off or if I want to leave that on. Now, at the same time, let's look at our buying power that we're using in the account, because we don't want to go up too high and take too much risk either. So let's look. So we're using 38,759. 38,759. Let's update that. 38,759. So we're using 39%, and our rule says that VIX of 20 to 30 is 35%. Let's see what VIX is today. VIX is 34. So go back to our spreadsheet with a VIX of 34. Our rule says VIX between 30 and 40. I could do 40% max. Look at that. Isn't that great? I mean, that's really great, actually, that there's no adjustment there. All right, so do I want to close a trade? That's a good question too. Let's go back to my trades. Deltas are negative. If I close something, I'd love to close something that had positive delta, but I don't think I can. Let's see. That's got negative delta. On a big down day, it's just hard to do. That's got a little bit of negative delta. That's got profit. There's my futures. Look at Bobby. Look how smart I was. Yeah, guaranteed though. I promise that'll go up, and I'll lose all kind of monies on the future. Anytime I trade futures, I normally lose. So let's see what else we got here. Negative. I'm trying to see if there's something that is a winner that would allow me to get rid of some positive deltas. Now, by the time I close this, that would be, that would be a scratch. But here's what I do see. See this one? If I close this one, 126%, I would be losing that -5 delta. But if I close this, show you the other one, I'm only losing a -1.27 deltas. So I just want to make sure everybody sees why I would rather close the 1126. I would rather close this one because I can book some profit. All right. I can take some risk off, and I'm only getting rid of negative 1.27 deltas. If I close this one for 128% profit, I'm getting rid of negative 15 deltas. That's a little more deltas, negative deltas than I want to get rid of. So I would rather go here and say, let's claim our 91% and let's do it. So we'll go here, close and close. Remember, it's funny how we got to do it over here. So we'll go create closing order to sell that spread. And then we got to go and grab 4 of the 4480s. 4 of the 4480s. Four of the 4480s. Hope y'all had a good weekend, by the way. It's just crazy that we had to get together on such a short notice, but I just needed to make some adjustments, and I thought it'd be better to bring y'all in to do it. I should have done it, doing my sales, but I did it immediately. I did the futures, and I said, let me bring the gang in. 4480, 4 of those. Here we go. 4 of the 4480s. Make sure that's where I got there. Yep, I got 4 there. So we'll go, hold your control key down, put there, and move that up to 4. So $1.15, $1.25. Let's move it to $1.25. Come on. Come on, don't let me move. There we go. $1.25. Let's go put it in our spreadsheet. That was the 11268 for $1.25. $11268. 216. Here we go. For $1.25 debit. All right, so we go closed it on 6/13/22. So we made 98.98. Now, keep in mind that I'm keeping stats for the 111 and 112 trades. I'm not necessarily keeping stats for the botched Black Swan hedge, right? So we know we lost $400 or whatever it was on the Black Swan hedge, but I'm not putting that into my little calendar because my calendar is simply keeping track of the 112 trades and not 111s. So let's go find my calendar. So I don't want y'all to think that, oh, Bobby, you should put that negative 400 that you lost in there. Well, maybe I should, but this is more to keep up with my 111 trades. So we'll go 98.98. But in full disclosure, I want everybody to know that we know that we've got that loss from that stupid Black Swan hedge that I put in.
Bobby, you got somebody waiting.
Thank you, man. Oh, we got everybody and their mama here today. I didn't even know you was here, Matt. Matt, did you have a good weekend? Save that. All right, so let's go to the other account, see if there's something we can do over there as well. So let's go to this account. First of all, let's look at our deltas now, since we did that. Shouldn't have messed with them a lot, right? Unless the market's moving. Market goes down, our deltas get increasingly positive. All right, we closed a negative delta trade, so that would have made us a little more, whatever. So let's go to oh, good, you had a good weekend. All right, so let's go to the Crimson account, the margin account. Now, after I make my adjustments, I'm not looking at it the rest of the day, y'all. I mean, I got stuff to do. I got to go to the gym. I got stuff to do. We're going to be, we're going to do fine. So I don't really want to mess with it. I mean, my delta adjustment is for every day, once a day, because you can drive yourself crazy, right? Like, oh no, what if the market goes up and I'm losing on those futures? Well, it just goes up and you're losing on those futures. Yeah. Let's see if there's something we can close here. Okay, so this gives us negative delta at 124% profit. I hate to lose that negative delta. So if there's something else that we could close. -13, negative big three. There's my futures. I made $305 on. That was a great move, right? See what goes back up. 156. Okay, so here we are. Same thing over here, right? We got a 90% winner. That would only get rid of 0.82 delta. Anything else? This one is already closed. We can delete that group. So I just want you to get in my mind as to how I'm deciding my ones to close, right? I want to close something. And since my buying power is up, we'll see what my buying power is after we close this one. Not necessarily sure that I want to put on another trade today. I've adjusted my deltas. I don't really need delta adjustment, so I may not put on another one today. We'll see. So let's go create closing order, sell that vertical. Then we've got to go grab 2 of the 44.10s in the 32-day cycle. 2 44.10s, 32-day cycle. What we say, 44.10, grab 2 of those. Scroll down on the river. Oh, I dread going to the gym today. And I got my personal trainer workout tomorrow. Oh, Lord. Girl about killed me. Was it 44.10? Yeah, 44.10. 2 of those. We'll buy those back. Make sure you move those to 2 contracts. $1.35 couldn't get filled for $1.25. We're gonna try. Count me a little thing. Did I let everybody in? Yeah. Making sure we got everybody in. All right, so 125 won't get us filled. Let's cancel replace that. Let's go up to $1.50. Come on, get me out. Get me out. That all did it. Yeah, that. All right, so let's see then. Eddie, you shoot me a bird, or is that no, that's not the battlefield. It's like, you fat black glass film wearing Elton John loving 9-toed bastard you. All right, which one do we close? We close the, which one was it? Okay, thanks, Ed. Now I can't remember which one I closed, y'all. Hold on, gotta find it. Where's it at? 1, 2. Yeah, you know, it's fun. It's not fun, but when you hear, you know, seasoned people like Tom and Tony, you know, going, you know, just shaking their heads, it's weird kind of. 112 18th, you know. So we got filled at 175, 112 18th at $1.75. 112 18th, $1.75. Let me find him. 112 18th, $1.75. 112 18th at $1.75 debit, so that's positive. So we made 6, 13, 22. So we made 43.24. That ain't enough to take you to Old Charlie's, but it's close. That's where I ate yesterday for lunch with all my family. 43.24. I think our bill was 300 and something. But it was because my Aunt Duddo was there, my cousin Sandy was there, Uncle Calvin, my mama, everybody in the mama was there. 43.24 is the profit on that one. Let's go put that in. I still don't see GQL won't in. See it anywhere. All right, so 43.24. Let's go put that in our calendar and smoke it. 24. Hey, same thing we did last Monday. How about that? 43.24 on the profit side. Let's make that green. Format painter, make it all green. And then I want to check my buying power, and then we'll let y'all go. So let's check our buying power. See what that is now. So our buying power over here is going to be probably way up, right? And that's the beauty of the old mistress of our span margin. You know, that's why we don't want to get too big, and that's why I'm probably not going to add a trade today. Yeah, 17,961. Let's put that in. 17,961. Create some ratios. 17,961. The good thing is, by the adjustments that I've made, though, when I first put it in, look, I was at 21,000. Now I was at 81%, right? So now I'm at 17, was it 961? 18,047. It's going up. 18,047. But I've decreased my buying power. And I'm still high. Look, I'm at 70%. So am I putting on a trade today? Okay, no. No. Not putting on a new trade. So take one off, take a little risk off, get your deltas adjusted. If it's over 50, you can easily accomplish that with selling the micro future. All right. So does anybody got any questions? I mean, Mama said there'd be days like this, and there are. And we're certainly having one of those days and one of those kind of weeks. Let's go back to the charts really quick. Look at there, y'all. False breakout. Everybody see that? Look. False breakout. We're going back. Nope, can't hold it. False breakout. We're going back. No, we can't hold it. Another breakout. They keep trying, right? They keep trying. How do you decide whether to do a 111 or a 112 that day? Brian, I've been going more or less doing 112s just about every day, but I will tell you confidently that our discussion with Ed about considering notional value, it affected me some. So I would rather do a 111 on a down day. Like today, if I were putting on a new trade, I'd probably do a 111 since the market's down anyway. On an up day, I would probably do a 112 because I want those naked puts farther away from the money. Does that make sense, Brian? Yeah. So big down day like today, I mean, y'all, we're down 3.65%. Are you kidding me? This is a big move. This is really a big move. So on a day like today, you can get farther out by doing the one, the 111 on that naked put. So if there was an up day, I'd probably do a 112 so I could get my put farther away from the money. Let's just see where you could get that one at today. Let's see what price we could get it at. So if we go close to 60 days without going over, we'd like to go on the 112. Look how far you could get out, y'all. 2,800. Are you kidding me? 2,850. That is low. But I'm probably comfortable going up to $20 and going out to the 3,100, 3,090, down in that area. And these are just, this is temporary misprint. Temporary misprint. I guess that's how you refer to it. But I'd go around it here to sell the 111 today. Yeah, it is, Ed. It's a huge move, especially when combined with Friday. It's a big move. So, let me talk about something else real quick. I know let y'all go. Now, especially after y'all see me lose, $3,000, $4,000 today, I know everybody's excited to do a mentorship with me. But I just want to show y'all this, what we're doing. I'm kind of excited about this. Yeah, here it is. See if I can see this. So I'm selecting one of y'all, and I don't want y'all to be mad at me. I just don't have time to take a lot of people, but I'm selecting a person to go with me for 12 weeks. will be trading your account, setting up your spreadsheet, setting up your charts, helping you understand the Greeks, setting reasonable expectations, trade management versus portfolio management, building your trading empire, hedging, the big green monster. I want to make sure y'all know how to draw that because it's such a big part of what we do. Analyzing the Analyze tab. So am I the best person on the Analyze tab? No, but I know just enough that I get out of it what I need to get out of it. Talk about risk management, trading as a business, and then putting it all together. So we're hoping to begin that next week. So just send me a direct message in the Discord channel and say, hey, Bob, here's why I want this. Here's my account size. Here's how long I've been trading. But I think most importantly, what I want to hear from you is what you're going to do to pass on to other people, right? That's what I want to hear from you. You know, what are you going to do to help others? You know, you're going to, you know, you got kids that you want to teach this, you know, you're teaching kids in school how to trade and take control of their own trading accounts. So, you know, I think it's an exciting thing, right? So we'll meet for about an hour per week. If you can do it during regular trading hours, that'd be great. May not take an hour sometimes, but I'm going to set up your spreadsheet, help you do all that, make sure you got it all. We'll be doing the 111s and 112s primarily. If there are other things you want to look into and I know anything about them, I'll share it. So we'll share, you know, whatever I know with you. So send me that message and tell me you want to go through that. I'm excited about that, right? I mean, I'm excited that we do this on a daily basis, but I think it'll be cool to do that. And anyone got any questions at all? Anyone? All right, y'all be careful in this market. It is treacherous, and we'll just make our beds. And like I say, I'm not going to look at it for the rest of the day. As far as my Greeks, I'll look at the market, see what the market does. I've made my bed. I'm good till tomorrow, and we'll reevaluate tomorrow. So have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.